Hey there, restaurant recipe lovers. Welcome back to The Daily Dish, a copycat.com podcast where I help you recreate your favorite restaurant dishes right in your own kitchen. I'm Stephanie Manley, and I've been recreating your favorite recipes since 1995. First off, I want to thank everyone who's been sending me pictures of their homemade copycat sauces on Pinterest. Those beautiful photos and your success stories absolutely make my day. And a special shout out to our Facebook community who have been sharing such helpful tips in the comment section. Remember, you can always find the complete written version of today's recipe on copycat.com. We also place a link in the show notes on this podcast. This way, you can get all the measurements, photos, watch a video, and get detailed instructions. Today, we are diving into one of McDonald's most distinctive condiments, their creamy, tangy tartar sauce that makes their Filet-O-Fish sandwich uniquely delicious. If you've ever found yourself asking for extra tartar sauce, you are going to love how easy this is to make a whole jar of it at home for just pennies. What I love about this recipe is its beautiful simplicity. While many restaurant tartar sauces contain capers, herbs, and various pickles, McDonald's version keeps things remarkably straightforward with just 4 basic ingredients. And isn't that refreshing? Sometimes the simplest recipes are the most satisfying. But before I reveal those 4 magic ingredients, let me tell you why making this at home is such a game changer. First, it's incredibly economical. A small container of store-bought tartar sauce can cost $3 to $4, and those tiny McDonald's packets were never quite enough. With this simple recipe, you'll spend less than $1 for a half cup of fresh, delicious sauce. Second, homemade means no preservatives or artificial ingredients, just real, wholesome components that you probably already have in your refrigerator. And third, you control exactly how it tastes. Want it a bit tangier, more sweet? You can customize it to your heart's content. So what are those 4 magical ingredients? Mayonnaise. It forms the creamy base of the sauce. Dill pickle relish, which gives it that essential tangy flavor and texture. Finely diced white onion for a mild, aromatic bite. And a touch of sugar to balance everything out. That's it. No fancy ingredients, no complicated techniques, just 4 simple ingredients that come together to create that unmistakable McDonald's flavor. Now let's talk quality for a minute. While this recipe is budget friendly, there are a couple of places where spending a little bit more makes a big difference. First, choose a good quality mayonnaise like Duke's or Hellmann's. Those premium options have just the right texture and the right flavor base that really resembles the McDonald's original. Second, make sure you're using dill pickle relish, not sweet pickle relish. This is crucial for getting that authentic, tangy flavor. The sweet stuff will give you something entirely different. Making the sauce couldn't be simpler. You're going to combine all 4 ingredients in a small bowl, stir until well mixed, then refrigerate for at least 30 minutes to let those flavors meld. I personally like to make it a day ahead if possible. The flavor just gets better with time. Now let me share a few tips that I've learned over the years of making the sauce. If you can't find a dill pickle relish, you can finely chop dill pickles instead. Just make sure to drain them well so your sauce doesn't end up watery. The white variety is the key here. Yellow or red onions can be too pungent, and a little goes a long way. If you're sensitive to raw onions, try rinsing the diced pieces in cold water, then patting them dry before adding them. If you're watching sodium, you can use a low-sodium mayonnaise without compromising the flavor too much. And for those watching sugar, a small amount of natural sweetener like honey or even just a little bit of Splenda can work well as a substitute. While this recipe is obviously perfect for homemade fish sandwiches, don't limit yourself. This is a wonderful dip for French fries, as a spread for turkey sandwiches, or even as a topping for baked potato. My neighbor Joan uses it as a dip for her garden fresh vegetables, and she swears it's the only way she can get her grandkids to eat carrots and celery. Years ago, many years ago, when I used to work in a restaurant, I used to put this on burgers. I thought tartar sauce was the best thing on a burger. So you may want to give that a try too. Now for storage, keep it in an airtight container in the refrigerator. It will stay fresh for about a week, though in my house it rarely lasts that long. If you're making it in a larger batch, I recommend using a glass jar rather than plastic. It helps preserve the flavor better. I made the sauce for our family fish fry last month. I put it in a nice little serving bowl without telling anyone where the recipe came from. My brother-in-law, who is a huge McDonald's fan, took a taste and he said, "This tastes just like McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sauce. How did you do that?" Well, I told him I'm the copycat lady, so I got you. One last tip, if you really want to recreate the full McDonald's Filet-O-Fish experience at home, try making a simple sandwich with a square of breaded whitefish, cod or pollock, works well, a slice of American cheese, and a soft steamed bun. Then add a generous dollop of homemade tartar sauce. And you'll have a copycat that might even be better than the original and for a fraction of the cost. So there you have it, a ridiculously simple and amazingly delicious copycat of McDonald's famous tartar sauce that will elevate your fish dishes, save you money. Remember, you can find the complete recipe with the exact measurements either on copycat.com or by clicking the link in our show notes. What fast food condiment should we tackle next? Drop me a comment on our website or send me a message through Instagram. I love hearing your suggestions. Until then, this is Stephanie Manley from copycat.com, helping you bring the restaurant experience at home. Why go out when you can cook it at home?